It's 4th of July weekend. There's so much to celebrate, right? No, there really isn't, because the truth of the matter is the freedom and independence that the 4th of July holiday is supposed to represent never included all Americans or all people in America, right? So back in 1776, Black folks were still enslaved. So that's not anything to celebrate. So what I want to challenge you to do this weekend, and you should really do this every single day if you want to live an anti-racist lifestyle, but specifically for this weekend, instead of spending all your money on the red, white, and blue everything, ask yourself, where am I benefiting from the labor of Black people, and what am I giving to them in return? Whether it's free labor, unpaid labor like social media, or whether it's inequitable paid labor. Where are you benefiting from labor from us, and what are you giving in return? Usually, if it's for social media, we give you specific directions on what to do after you consume our content. So do that today.
Or, here's another idea that's going to be very controversial. You could shut the f*** up.
Hey, where are the white women at?
So that young lady we just heard from in the first clip, instead of being grateful and enjoying the freedoms that we all have as Americans today, and maybe having a cookout with friends and family and buying some patriotic red, white, and blue gear to celebrate the 4th of July, she wants everyone to give money to Black people. Now, for those of you that saw yesterday's video, you may recall this clip. But aren't we already doing that with our tax dollars?
Okay, y'all just mad because I get 3 canned food stamps. So what? I get all kind of snacks while I'm sitting here chilling or whatever, paying no bills. No bills. I'm on government assistance. My son back there with his snacks. Government assistance, 3 canned food.
What is it with you people?
What do you mean, you people? Anyway, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for joining me. So I have a fairly quick and slightly crazy Clown World update for you guys today. And as usual, we have very little time to waste. So let's get into it. Now, if you place your attention on the screen for a moment. So I think these cat ears are going to be a big accessory for 2024. You'll see what I'm talking about a little later in the video. Anyway, I digress. So this fella is Daphne. Now, Daphne is a biological man that identifies as a trans woman and calls himself a transbian or trans lesbian. Now, Daphne will only date cis lesbians and only use ladies' restrooms. Huh?
What the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you?
All right, let's keep it moving with everybody's favorite paid establishment shill, the young lad Harry. Now, this just screams of desperation. These people are panicking. Harry literally starts whining in this clip, and Harry's not worried about Joe Biden getting elected again. He knows Joe Biden shouldn't be elected again. Harry's worried about losing that DNC money if Joe Biden bows out of the race. Roll it.
I'm sick and tired of hearing that Donald Trump and Joe Biden are the same or that they're equally as bad, because that's not true. Joe Biden has been an amazing president and he's a great candidate.
Surely you can't be serious.
He passed the historic investment in infrastructure, historic investment in fighting climate change, lowering healthcare costs, expanding veterans' healthcare, bringing manufacturing back to the United States, and more. Historic presidency. Then you have Donald Trump on the other side, who's a convicted felon. Convicted felon. Broke a bunch of law. Was found guilty 34 times. 34 felony charges. Are you kidding me? They're the same? No, they're not. President Biden is a good man and a good president. He has the capabilities of leading the country. Yeah, they're both old. Yeah, Joe Biden's not going to be playing wide receiver for the Kansas City Chiefs anytime soon. But he's a damn good president and a damn good leader. They're not the same.
The truth is, you're still a dork, and I can still kick your ass.
Now, the young lad Harry keeps squawking about how historic Joe Biden's presidency has been, but he always fails to mention the historically high inflation, gas prices, and illegal immigration. Anyway, next up. So I thought after that tragedy of a presidential debate we saw last week that people would completely shift their focus away from Joe Biden, but I guess I was wrong. Here's a little Biden-Harris parade in New Hampshire. Roll it.
But there's a lot of dumb motherfuckers out there. There's a lot of dumb dumb motherfuckers out there.
Now, I hope you guys all had a very happy and safe 4th of July, so let's check out how some other people enjoyed it, starting with this lovely lady. Roll it.
Okay, I don't care. I will be judging people that celebrate 4th of July tomorrow. I said what I said because, like, what is there to fucking celebrate? What are we celebrating, guys? What are we celebrating? Because, like, you're either one of two things. Like, you know what's going on and you're actually, like, out there, like, loud and proud, like, proud to be in. Why are you proud? Why are you proud? What's going on? Or you're just like, don't fucking care. You're so privileged beyond belief that you don't fucking care. You're just gonna eat your hot dogs and blow off your fireworks while the world is blowing up. No, thank you. I will be judging those harshly. Yeah.
She's fit for a straitjacket. This broad's 3 ways towards the weekend.
Now, I'm guessing the woman we just heard from and this one are probably Joe Biden voters. Just a hunch. Just saying. Roll it.
I know this is shitty lighting and that'll probably prevent anybody from ever seeing this, but I don't give a shit. I was just sitting here thinking, what the hell am I celebrating on July 4th? What the fuck am I celebrating on July 4th? What are women celebrating on July 4th? We're not free. We are fucking not free. Not anymore. Those sons of bitches are still sitting around in rooms fighting about what they think we ought to be allowed to do. Can you wrap your damn mind around that? It is 2024, and there are still men sitting around in rooms fighting about what they think we should be allowed to do. Have you ever heard of anything so outrageous?
Shut up, bitch!
All right, now let's hear some people's opinions on the Supreme Court rulings that were just recently handed down. Now, this young lady's opinion on the Supreme Court rulings and politics in general is exactly what you think it would be. Roll it.
Are we just going to pretend like the Supreme Court, the court that's supposed to uphold the Constitution, didn't just tear down the Constitution and make our government a monarchy? Because you can pretend, but I'm not going to pretend that didn't just happen. Mark my words, this is not a good thing. Everyone that supports this right now is going to eat their fucking words. I will not call Biden or Trump a king. And you shouldn't either. You shouldn't want them to be. This country was born in spite of a monarchy, and now we're back to a monarchy. We are literally taking steps backward in time, and that is not a good thing for anyone living in the modern century. Get your heads out of your asses.
She's got the crazy eyes. Dude, the eyes, they're crazy.
And next up, we're going to hear this young fella's opinion on the Supreme Court rulings, and I think he just took a shot of straight soy. Roll it.
Seriously, the Supreme Court. As a human living in this world, in the United States of America, like, what the is going on? I think it's super, super alarming, too, that these people are, like, in their jobs for the rest of their life. That is so wildly inappropriate, so crazy that these people can continue to make backwards-ass rules for the entire country and all of its citizens forever until they die. What is it going to take for Americans or people in power, whatever, to f***ing rise up and say, like, this isn't how we want our country ran? I'm honestly just, like, shocked and disgusted and, like, embarrassed to be from here. So, like, what do we do? Where do we go?
What are you, gay?
Hey, real quick, before we go any further, I want to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of today's video. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to let this loop on the screen. Now, this is Weezy's latest OOTN, or Outfit of the Night. Anyway, today's video is being brought to us by a great friend of the channel who's been around since just about the very beginning, John D'Arcangelo. John, thank you so much, sir, for sponsoring today's video. I really appreciate the kind words and support. And thank you for sticking around and still watching the videos. I really appreciate it. So once again, today's video sponsor is John D'Arcangelo. Now, if you'd like to sponsor the next video and help support the channel, there is a PayPal link in the description box below. And I will say your full name as a sponsor of said video unless stated otherwise by you. All right, I think we've all seen enough of At Weezy for one day. Get this off the screen, please. Oof. Now, you guys may recall at the beginning of the video when we saw that fella Daphne wearing cat ears, and I said that I thought cat ears were going to be a big fashion accessory for 2024, and well, I rest my case. Roll it.
Meow 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 meow.
I think you're all in the head.
So we've been seeing a lot of pretty crazy body modifications or body mods, as the cool kids say, as far as tattoos and piercings and such here on the channel lately. So I figured I would continue with that trend. And this person is at the barbershop trying to get a haircut. I'm not sure that's really going to make much of a difference, but we'll see. Roll it.
Once I have it like that, I just suddenly I'm like, oh, I have like 2 inches more face than I thought I did. Which isn't inherently a problem except for, you know, like gender dysphoria stuff. It almost feels like I got un-FFS. Recently a date just called it a BAFAB haircut. I think it's cute, but people are starting to think I'm trans-masked.
That's a no-no.
What you have now, I would call a Chelsea, right?
Okay,
Which means it's very short in like the crown area and all in the center of the haircut. Then along the edges, it's long.
I've had some atrocious haircuts. I had white girl dress. No, I had white boy dress. I'll be dysphoric about it. I just remember being on, standing up in a room full of people, and I'm like, it's just a dumb little hat, man.
I'm Michael Jordan. Stop it. Get some help.
All right, guys, we're going to be wrapping it up with this fantastic compilation clip from the X, formerly known as Twitter account, RNC Research. And what you are about to hear is some famous words of wisdom from who could be our future president and is our current vice president, Chlamydia Harris. Anyway, things are clearly getting very crazy out there, guys. So please take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Till next time. Love you guys. Peace. Roll it.
I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been. You know? What can be unburdened by what has been.
What can be unburdened by what has been.
What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What we can see, what we believe can be unburdened by what has been. What 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 can be unburdened by what has been.
Who we can be, unburdened by who we have been.
What can be unburdened by what has been. Where we can be, unburdened by where we have been, and unburdened by where we are right now. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What could be unburdened by what had been. What can be unburdened by what has 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 been. Unburdened by what has been, believing in what can be. What can be unburdened by what has been. 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 What could be unburdened by what had been.
I don't know what the f*** you're talking about.
And you ain't black.